Hey guys, I'm back. It's been quite a while, possibly even maybe 3 months or so. Um, yeah, back behind the camera after shooting one I think 2 weeks ago. It was just a flick video. I was feeling quite inspired this morning. First time in a long time I felt inspired to get behind the camera, so I thought I'd seize the moment and do a quick video. Yeah, it's nice to be back. I'm feeling inspired, feeling motivated. So yeah, I recently hit 1,000 subs, which is amazing. So thank you to everyone that did that. I'm a bit rusty behind the camera at the moment. Forgotten what I have to say, but yeah, as you can see, I'm sort of surrounded by records. I've bought a fair amount of stuff. I've got some really killer finds, especially this week. I basically a local-ish auction house got in a 7,000 record collection from a deceased estate, and I got some really amazing stuff for really cheap. This sort of stuff never happens to me. Like I see you guys in America always find your like $1 garage finds. You know, you've been doing it for years, and I always get really jealous of you guys that go and find stuff for like $1 or $2. And it's happened to me. I rushed down there and I hit the place up, you know, 4 times this week, and I think it's pretty much done now. But yeah, I got some stuff that I'm super over the moon. So I'm gonna when I get through all that stuff, I'm gonna listen to it and clean it up, and I'll then show you what I got and tell you my thoughts on it. But I might give you a quick sneak preview of that now. So we'll do a magic cut, and that's a sneak preview. So yeah, this is just a tiny teaser of some of the stuff I picked up. Yeah, I won't go into look at that. I won't go into too much detail until I've listened to these properly. No point me talking about them if I haven't heard them all in depth. But yeah, I got some really killer stuff, as you can see. Some of these are New Zealand pressings. Some of these are American or UK pressings. Some of them aren't in the greatest shape. Some of them are in really great shape. Yeah, just really lucky. You know, it's never really happened to me before, having an event like this where there's so many amazing records for really good price. You know, like that was $10. Yeah, just anyway, I need to I'm feeling a bit overwhelmed with a lot of records in here that I need to get down and listen to. So yeah, pretty excited, pretty overwhelmed. But anyway, you won't be seeing these in this upcoming video. You'll be seeing my other new arrivals. So yeah, as you can see, some pretty amazing stuff in there. I did happen to put the best stuff at the front of the pile so you could see that. But yeah, really cool. It's exciting. I feel a bit overwhelmed, too many records to get through. But yeah, anyway, so I thought I would clear some space in my recent arrivals box and show you guys some of the stuff I've picked up recently. I mean, when I say recently, this is going back, some of the stuff is going back 6-7 months or so. I just went to get them off. Some of these are big Grails, some of them not so much. This is, I'll take the shiny sleeve off. If you know this, you know this is a monster and this is really hard to get. Keith Tippett group, dedicated to you but you weren't listening, on Vertigo. This is a Vertigo New Zealand pressing that I got for a really reasonable price from a friend here. Yeah, I was over the moon to get this for an amazing price. Yeah, a killer jazz rock fusion record. Yeah, UK jazz rock fusion record. So many cuts on this that are just yeah, so lively and energetic, and yeah, absolutely brilliant. Yeah, I got this quite a while ago, but this has got quite a few of the guys from Soft Machine. Yeah, you got Elton Dean, Robert Wyatt, Roy Babington, obviously Keith Tippett, all those sort of people. But anyway, it's sort of, you know, around that Soft Machine, but in like a big band, free jazz funk sort of vein. Yeah, incredible artwork. This is yeah, really cool. that was a Grail record for me, so to speak. I need to give this a wash, but it's in really great shape. So we'll go with this one. This could be a long video, by the way. I might start speeding up a bit. Fela Kuti, and I've got to learn not to say the same thing 3 times in a different variation. After what, like 5 years of making videos, and I'm still saying the same thing over and over in a different way. Practice doesn't make perfect. This is Beast of No Nation by Fela Kuti. Something I've wanted for quite a while and I just hadn't got around to picking up. I did find this online for a really reasonable price. This is an original European pressing. Both tracks, Just Like That and Beast of the Nation, are absolutely fantastic. They're some of my favourite Fela Kuti cuts. Yeah, the stuff with the Egypt 80 I really like because it has like these really funky keyboards in it rather than, I'm going to say straight up Afrobeat, but that's not true. It just has this really funky groove to them that are really killer. And the thing that, I've known about this ever since those box sets came out, and then I saw that movie, the Netflix, I've talked about this before actually, the Netflix documentary Beasts of No Nation. In fact, I've probably shown this already because I feel like I'm having a deja vu moment. Anyway, tough. You haven't seen me in a while, so you have to deal with me talking, repeating myself. Anyway, I'll move on from that. I think I got another Fela Kuti record in here somewhere. Just bear with me one sec. Yep. Don't need to say much about this. This is expensive shit. This is a strange UK pressing with unknown year, but possibly 1982, I think. As you can see, the colouring isn't quite the same as originals or the reissues. But it's in mint shape and it sounds fantastic. Like, it sounds really, really great. And that's the label. Alright, gotta get moving on these. This is something I'm really, really, really enjoying. The Renderer's Trail of Tears. This is a New Zealand record. It's like a dark country, southern gothic thing. Yeah, it sounds really, really dark and yeah, really beautiful. I wish I could be more descriptive, but I've got a lot to get through. Please check these guys out. Some of their stuff's more country focused. Some of it goes into like a dark, noisier sort of sound. But yeah, this is very much a southern gothic country record. It's really brilliant. It's where my ears are at these days. Super happy with that. This was another Grail this was like for years this was a Grail. Joe Harriet Abstract, Joe Harriet Quintet Abstract. Insanely good. I haven't listened to much jazz at all lately. It's just not been where my ears are at. So I'm finding it hard to describe. This is a original US pressing that came in the shrink. It's an absolute mint shape and it sounds absolutely killer. Yeah, it's like where jazz starts to innovate and get kind of avant-garde. Like it's really pushing in that direction for UK jazz anyway. Yeah, this is I've seen the reissue of this a handful of times, but I've been trying to get an original, an early one, and I just never saw it. So this was a Discogs purchase from about 5 months ago. Could be a top 20 jazz record for me. Top 10? No, top 20. Okay. Along a similar vein, more UK jazz. This is Integration, which is introducing Amancio da Silva. This originally came out on the Lansdowne UK British jazz label. Absolutely sublime. Yeah, if you know Amancio da Silva from the Joe Harriet Hum Dunno and Cosmic Eye Dream Sequence, he's the guitarist on that. Sorry, I don't say Hum Dunno, he's in the double quartet. Oh, he's in both. I can't remember. Doesn't matter. This is great. Check it out. This is a 2017 reissue on Fion. Beautiful, almost Indian style guitar with jazz. Yeah, this has got Ian Carr in it, if that helps, and I think Don Rendell appears on a few. tracks. Yeah, Don Mandel and Ian Carr. Please check it out. Camberwell Now, these are the 2 EPs. I did buy the reissue of this for quite a bit of money, and I got it, and the pressing was terrible, it was noisy, I felt a bit ripped off. Yeah, it wasn't great. So I got rid of it, and I managed to get really lucky on eBay, and I got these 2, which are original, actually no, one's an original French pressing and one's an original UK pressing. Oh, no, I think they're both, one's a Swiss press and one's a UK pressing. These are the 2 EPs. Camberwell Now, I've talked about these guys before, I don't need to repeat myself. Post-punk, experimental, bits of ambient. Yeah, I managed to get these for both, basically the same price as I paid for the reissue, plus shipping, so I was really happy with that. Massive. Also related, Life Tones, For Reason. Really happy to have this. Where did I buy this? I can't remember. I think I found it. I think I found it in Auckland, yeah. I know a guy here that found the original of this for $1 in an op shop in New Zealand a couple of years ago. Crazy. Yeah, this is amazing sort of reggae post-punk clash mixture by Charles Hay. Is it Charles Bullen? Yes, Charles Bullen from This Heat. Killer. Speaking of reggae, there's a couple of reggae related records. Let me get these out. Return to the Super Ape. Wow, this is so good. This is amazing. This is my favourite reggae record for sure. If you can recommend anything similar to this, please do. It's just so weird. It sounds fantastic. The upset is Return to the Super Ape. Let's see if the camera hasn't died. Jackie and Me Too, In Cold Blood. This is definitely one track down. This is absolutely killer keyboard playing over like a reggae groove. It's really great. Do check it out. Losing a bit of steam here. I've got a fair bit to go. Okay, I'll show you the other related things I got. Speaking of the Camberwell Now, this is the Ghost Trade. This is a Swiss pressing. Really happy to have this. Killer. Yeah, I've talked about this. This Heat, Health and Deficiency. I got this really cheap. I paid $15 for this because the cover has all these like mouldy bits all over it, but the record's in really great shape. Yeah, amazing. Oh, you know, they not an essential This Heat record. Obviously, you go for like This Heat or The Seat or the debut. This is one I found weirdly cheap in a record store here. I think I paid $30 for it. The Clean. I'm going to read out the full title because it's really long, but I can't remember exactly how it goes. It's like, great sounds great, good sounds good, so-so sounds so-so, bad sounds bad, rotten sounds rotten. That's the name of this EP. Contains, yeah, it's, 8 tracks, absolutely killer. I suppose it's almost like 60s psych infused beat infused, surf infused, jangle infused record. This is I've never heard this properly in its entirety. I just knew the few of the songs, but the flow is incredible. I enjoyed this so much more than I thought I would, and yeah, amazing. It's got a high price tag these days. You know, almost triple what I paid, but it's really great. If you ever see it cheap, do grab it. Another New Zealand one. That's the last of the New Zealand bits, I think. Expressway Pileup, a compilation of New Zealand music. This was another Grail that I wanted for a very long time. This is a compilation of the sort of noise experiment drone stuff that came out of Port Chalmers in the South Island of New Zealand in sort of the mid to late 80s. Yeah, really great. This came out in 1990. Yeah, Dead Sea, 3Ds, Peter Jeffries, they're all on here. Plague Will Grind. Ticked off the one list. Okay, 3 more. Dr. John Night Tripper. This is an original US pressing. Oh no, original UK pressing, but it actually sounds not that great. It just sounds really quiet. Sounds really thin. It could be the recording. I know the vibe of this record is very tribal and deep and minimal, but it just doesn't sound good. So maybe look at getting the reissue if you see this around. This is just my experience. I haven't heard any other originals to compare. And I've listened to it online and it sounds much better. So anyway, recording quality aside, this record is sublime. Absolutely one of a kind. So deep, spiritual, weird. It sounds like the cover. It's amazing. I've been wanting an early pressing of this for quite a few years now, and I found this in a local record store. So yeah, super stoked with that. The last three are all related. A band that I knew about for many years and I couldn't get into, and I rented it out from the library. It's this record. Just to give it another shot all these years later, and it really connected with me, and I just fell head over heels into Big Star. So I picked up the recent reissue of Radio City, and the 2007. This came out just I think last month of I'm the Cosmos. I'm currently reading a book on Alex Chilton. I've watched a documentary and I just can't get enough of it at the moment. It's gone from something I don't understand at all to something that I fully appreciate, and don't know how I didn't get them for so long. Yeah, so that's really cool. That's some of the older stuff I've got. I've still got some other things to show. Been really getting into Stephen Stills and Crosby, Stills and Nash and all the related side projects, the Graham Nash stuff, the Crosby stuff, Neil Young, all those guys. So I've got a stack of those, which you've all seen before a million times, but yeah, that's where I'm at the moment. I love this cover. I made a comment on the Facebook page that I would love to be held like Stephen Stills holds this guitar. Yeah, I'm just going through a bit of a musical, I guess, an exciting phase at the moment where I'm rediscovering all the stuff I missed out on earlier. Like I said before, I am a Neil Young fan, and I have known about him for a long time, and I've had 3 or 4 of his albums, but for some reason the Crosby, Stills and Nash stuff is really connecting with me at the moment, and the Stills solo stuff, and yeah, I guess back to guitar music, and I've been listening to a lot of country music. So yeah, I've been doing a lot of reading. I've been reading these 33 1/3 series on classic albums. I'm really enjoying this one at the moment. This is the Flying Burrito Brothers Gilded Palace of Sin. I do have a Burrito Deluxe in a pile over there. But yeah, this is really great in that it talks about the tradition, I guess it talks about country music traditionally and the LA rock scene and the melting pot of that scene in LA of cosmic American music and Graham Parsons and the rock scene and how he managed to integrate that and hit both a country audience and a rock audience, and that's what really excites me at the moment, is that all that stuff around LA. Bird Sweetheart of the Rodeo, the Graham Parsons stuff, learning about like the nudie suits, all that stuff is really exciting me at the moment. Reading the song cycle by Van Dyke Parks, the guy that helped Brian Wilson with I think he was working with Brian Wilson around the Pet Sounds thing. I have this record and it's very overwhelming, and I can't tell if it's a masterpiece or a mess, and hopefully this book will help. And I'm also reading my favourite Neil Young record, Harvest, the book on that, which is really cool. So yeah, I'm very much back in a rock phase at the moment. Yeah, that's all really. Yeah. So thanks for already reaching 1,000 subscribers. So a lot of videos, a lot of hard work. I'm not someone that begs. I see a lot of clickbait titles in vinyl community videos these days, and clickbait thumbnails, and people begging for subscribers, and it seems to be very focused these days on rather than sharing quality information about getting followers. I saw a post on the YouTube vinyl community Facebook, some guy just begging for subscribers rather than the content. And apparently I guess the followers are important to different people, but anyway, like Roger Coleman said, the VC is what you make it. Don't listen to anyone else and just make what you want to make. and that's quite inspiring. I think I'm just going to come on when I feel like it, and when I have the urge to make a video, I'll make a video, and that's it really. Yeah. So thanks for watching. I'll no doubt be back with some more thoughts at some point in the future. Yeah, hope you're well. Cheers.